Are we ready? Okay. We are going to talk about ways to capture the stories, the memories, the interviews, whatever it is that you're going to capture with this program. There are some old school ways and some modern technology make it super easy ways. So I'm going to start with pen and paper. This is a very common way that people like to capture things. It's sometimes easier for people to write than it is for someone to record. When you tell someone that you are going to record them on video, most of them think, I don't like my hair. I don't like my voice. Are you going to see my belly? What about my double chin? Like, all these things go on in our heads about things that nobody else notices, but we instantly see and critique and just criticize. So if you're working with someone that is like, you know, I don't want to do video, you can give them the option of writing on pen and paper. And I know that you might think that you can't digitize pen and paper or keep it safe, but you absolutely can. It takes a little bit of work, and I have resources below this video that you can download about how to store things that are in pen and paper. This is a great opportunity if you have anything that are written letters that are something that might be super old from 100 years ago or 50 years ago that your great-granddad wrote or your grandmother wrote, then capture that and you can take a picture of it. You don't have to have a scanner. You don't have to have a fancy camera. You can take a picture of it with your smartphone. And pen and paper is still a viable way. I would rather have something written that I could read to my kids and that they can read to their kids, even if they're reading it from a screen, opposed to having nothing. So pen and paper is not to be discounted and can be used. The second option would be typing. And sometimes when we captured my mom's story, it was all typed. She typed it in Word. I typed some of the things that she told me that I remembered, and I asked her to just kind of review it to make sure I remembered it correctly. But we had like 3 camcorders that we owned between us. We both had digital cameras. I'm pretty sure smartphones were out and that had a camera, but we didn't think. We didn't think to video it. I would much rather have a video to show my kids of her talking and telling a story than something that was written by hand or something that was typed in a document. But I would rather have those manual things and those words to read than nothing. Now, another option is a digital recorder. A digital recorder you can get on Amazon for $30, and that will record about 1,000 hours of talking. That is good for people that you just cannot convince to get on a camera, people that might not have internet so you can't connect with them online, people that may not have a smartphone, they love their flip phone dearly, or they don't have anybody there that can hold their smartphone or record their smartphone. If they take this course, they can, because they're watching how to do it by themselves or for themselves. But you can always send them a digital recorder, and they literally talk like a microphone. They talk into it, and they can talk for hours. It is their voice, it is their story, and it is on a recorder and needs to get off somehow. So you can save it and keep it safe. Even if you back it up on the cloud, if you put it on your computer. So if you send someone a digital recorder to record and a list of questions, or if they have it, they need to get it back to you so you can get everything off. Because it is easy. They are smaller and smaller every day, and it's easy to lose these. And it's just as valuable to have it as it is pen and paper, or as it is to read a book or a letter or a document that they wrote for you. The next option is a camcorder. And most of the camcorders, and this is an older one, most of the camcorders have SD cards. SD cards fit into most of our computers. If you don't have an SD card slot, like this computer does, you can get an SD card reader, and that goes into a USB port. You can literally record as much as you want, or as much as you can fit on your camcorder. All you have to do is press the record button and you're off. What you do want to make sure before you record anything that there's actually room to record on this SD card, because this is an external storage and it will keep this, but it might have other stuff on it that's taking up all the space. So you want to make sure that there's actually room to record before you start to record. When you get to the point that you're ready to shoot, I have a whole session that talks about what you need to do to get ready, so you'll be ready. The last option, and it's actually my favorite, because I think we all know how to use our smartphone. It doesn't matter if it's the first iPhone that came out. The first iPhone camera is a pretty good camera. Good enough to capture, good enough to hear someone, good enough to relay a story. And every smartphone version that comes out, it's a better camera and it's a better microphone, and it's getting better and better and better. And some of the cameras that we have are better than the camcorders. So if you have a smartphone and you know how to use it, then you can use your smartphone as a way to capture. Another thing you need to be cognizant of with your smartphone is space, and available space to record. If you have a bunch of apps, bunch of music, a bunch of photos, then your photos shouldn't be on your phone, first of all. They should be backed up somewhere. Google Photos is free. It will automatically sync. It will automatically make copies of it, and you can delete it off your phone and save the space. So if you're going to use your smartphone to record, that's fine. Some smartphones have an extra SD card, which is the storage card that was in the camcorder, but it's much smaller. Same exact functionality. It's just another way to store. And you have that access on your smartphone. As soon as you connect to the internet, or as soon as you're on Wi-Fi, you don't even have to be on Wi-Fi to sync and connect your photos and back them up with Google Photos. You can back them up with Dropbox. I don't like Dropbox, but you could if you have to. There's many services that you can use. I use Google Photos and I use Mega. Those are like my two go-tos. And they are both free. I love free. Why would you not want to use free? I don't know. All of these ways to capture, super easy. Most of you know how to do it, how to use what you already have. It's just a matter of how is that person most comfortable. If they're not local, if you don't have family that's close by, then, and they can write, or they would like to write, then let them write it. And then they can send you letters and you can just take pictures of it. It's still making sure that you capture it, and that's most important. I would love everyone to do it on video. I think video captures the essence of who we are. I think people can watch a video of me and know that I have the worst jokes in the world, but I think they're funny. And I don't know if people laugh out of pity, but I have fun. So you get to know me for who I am because you can see me, you can watch me, you can see my mannerisms. And as my kids grow old and have kids, they might have some goofy little girl that is a tomboy just like me and has these corny little jokes just like me, and they're like, man, you were just like your Grandma Bethany. But if they don't have that in video, they might be able to capture it somewhat in writing. They might be able to hear it in my voice, but it's nothing like seeing it and seeing me and all my corniness and glory that goes with it. I'm okay with that. I know I'm corny. I just think I'm a cool corny. Oh, I'm kidding. I know that's not a thing. I do. I know that's not a thing. If you have any questions about different things to do, different ways to do it, then make sure to leave it in the comments, or you can connect with us on the Facebook group. Okay? Awesome! My kids do this. They say, "How was your day?" I think that's funny. I think as adults, we should be able to do all the things that kids do and people not judge us. I think that's how life should be. That's not a joke. I'm serious. That's what I think.